Ladies and gentlemen, may I just begin by apologizing for appearing before you in this rather disembodied form, but at least it has the merit of being extremely low carbon. Now, I particularly wanted to take this opportunity to thank EDF Energy, the Eden Centre, and most importantly, Paul Weller and Florence and the Machine for their generosity in making this concert possible and for giving such crucial support to my rainforest project. Indeed, it could not be more appropriate that this event is being held here, home to the world's largest rainforest in captivity, because if the world fails to halt deforestation, it is perfectly possible that, with the exception of a limited number of isolated areas, by 2050, the only rainforests remaining in the world will be found in places such as this. And that will be nothing short of a catastrophe for all of humanity and for all life on this threatened planet. In fact, it is completely unthinkable. As I'm sure you know, rainforests are utterly essential in our fight against climate change. They absorb nearly a fifth of our carbon dioxide emissions, and yet they are being destroyed at the rate of a football pitch every 4 seconds. Just think about this. Since I've been talking, rainforest covering an area of 18 football pitches has gone. And as if that was not horrifying enough, this destruction releases hundreds of years of stored carbon into the atmosphere, and so is a key contributor to climate change, greater even than all the emissions from the world's transport sector put together. Most critically, the rainforests also help provide the oxygen that we breathe and the vital rainfall that waters our crops to feed the whole world. Well, the situation is critical, but why does it happen? Often because rainforest nations, quite understandably, need to exploit the forest's economic value, to sell the high-quality timber and to farm on the fertile land where the trees once stood. To solve the problem, we have to find ways to ensure that the trees become more valuable alive than dead, so that there is no incentive to cut them down. To do that, we need to find an innovative way of paying for the ecosystem services, if you like, the public utilities provided by the rainforests, as at the end of the day it is cheaper, quicker and easier to store carbon naturally and thus to buy vital time in the battle against catastrophic climate change. This is why 2 years ago I established my rainforest project. Following exhaustive consultation with the private, public and NGO sectors over the past 18 months and working with experts in the various relevant fields, we have developed a proposal for emergency funding to help protect rainforests through incentives to encourage rainforest nations to continue to develop, but without the need for deforestation. This emergency package proposal aims to help build a global consensus about the need to raise and distribute the substantial sums of money necessary. Having said that, it is interesting to note that they in fact represent less than 1% of global insurance premium paid out each year. The trouble is that time is of the essence. The world's leaders are gathering in Copenhagen later this year for crucially important climate discussions. So it is essential that when they meet, they do so knowing that there is an enormous public will and desire for them to take the necessary action to protect the rainforests of the world and put them at the heart of the climate change debate. When I was in Brazil in March, I said we had just 100 months left in which to put in place the necessary measures to avert total climate collapse. I will say that again, but this time we only have 96 months left. Now, in a moment, you will see a short film which features a number of supporters. Our aim, with your help, is to build a community to call for urgent action to protect the rainforests, without which we will most certainly lose the battle against catastrophic climate change. The star of the film is a small but important character, a frog, a rainforest frog. Now, as you may be aware, princes and frogs have had a long association. However, our frog has come to symbolize something new. Our frog is a symbol for the world's rainforests, a symbol of action against climate change. So, ladies and gentlemen, my message to you, therefore, is quite simple. Saving the rainforests can help save us all before it really is too late. When you go home tonight, please will you take the time to sign up to the campaign. You really could make the whole difference.